Cybertruck suspect competed on the History. I saw this History Channel TV show. Look at this. This was the guy that blew himself up in the Cybertruck. He was on the History Channel.
It's a reality show that pits teams of elite soldiers from around the world against each other.
Oh.
Matt and Tim from the U.S.
That's Matt.
Army Special Forces.
It's like Liffesberger, I think.
As the Green Berets.
Matthew Livelsberger and his partner Tim Kennedy, both Green Berets, appeared on the Ultimate Soldier Challenge 12 years ago on the History Channel.
Man.
While the other guys are still setting up, the Americans take their first shot at the sniper.
Holy
on the top
shit,
of the
look at
tower.
this. This is
They not only
crazy.
won,
Hard to believe.
It wasn't even close.
Wait, what?
Sniper on the top of the tower.
They not only won, it wasn't even close.
Who won?
Not only won, it wasn't even close.
That's right. That's right. So we're just better. Yeah. No, I of course. That's right. See that? See that right there? See? Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You know, for television, they always try to make it a little bit more competitive,
Uh-huh.
but we swept the whole entire show.
When he appeared on the show, Livelsberger used a shortened version of his name, Matt Berg. So it took Tim Kennedy a while to put two and two together.
It took about 12 hours of me seeing some photos as more photos started coming out of you know, who he was.
Oh shit, this is an interview with the guy. I just realized.
And then I saw
like
a
after
Matt
the
Berg
fact.
with a older photo of him, and I was like, oh no. Dude, I know that guy.
This is the
And
guy
then
that
it
he
just,
competed
like, tore
with.
my heart out because he was a really great Green Beret.
And what was he like?
He was charming. He was talented. He was personable. He was kind. He was all the things that you would expect from a Green Beret.
At one point during the show, Livelsberger had to stop taping in the 90-plus degree heat. He was suffering from heat exhaustion.
I'm about to throw up, man. I got heat exhaustion, man. I need to take this off right now.
Tim Kennedy says he hadn't heard from Livelsberger for a few years.
It just categorically...
I mean, I feel like, yeah, I don't think that has anything to do with it. Yeah, it's fucking hot. Like, I mean, wasn't this guy in Afghanistan or some shit? Like, yeah, I could easily assume that, like, yeah, he probably knows what that is.
Does not make sense. From everything that I have heard, he was universally valued by his team, by his peers. I don't understand. It doesn't make sense, and it is just horrifically heartbreaking.
Holy shit, man. So this guy was on a History Channel, and he totally blew the fuck out of the competition.
You know, for television, they always try to make it a little bit more competitive, but we swept the whole entire show.
When he
Man, oh man, there it is. Yep. That wasn't him in the Cybertruck? Oh, I don't know about that. I mean, is there any news that announced that? Let me see. Cybertruck explosion. Is there anything new about this? I don't think that there is, man. Let's see. Mystery deepens. What is this? That we literally just watched this. Let's see. Notes. There's a wake-up call. I'll see if I can find this. There's maybe one more. Tragic case of suicide. Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Investigation into the suspect behind the Cybertruck explosion outside President-elect Trump's Las Vegas hotel. The FBI searching for answers. ABC's Mulangi has the latest.
Tucker Carlson knows the truth.
This morning,
of course
new
he does.
details behind this Cybertruck explosion outside of the Trump Hotel in Las Vegas. Authorities say notes were found on a cell phone recovered from the scene.
Damn.
Why did I personally do it now? I need to cleanse my mind of the brothers I've lost and relieve myself of the burden of the lives I took.
Yeah, we
Officials
saw that
confirming
part
that
before.
37-year-old Matthew Livelsberger, a highly
37.
decorated Green Beret, died by suicide while
Damn.
detonating explosives. Master Sergeant Livelsberger was on approved leave from his base in Germany, a senior U.S. official telling ABC News there had been no red flags. Authorities releasing these new surveillance images showing him...
So he's 30, he's 37. So that means he probably enlisted at like what? Basically like 18. So that's why he was at 19 years. So this dude was 1 year away from retirement. At 17. Damn. Damn.
A Tesla charging station as he made his way from Colorado to New Mexico, Arizona, and Nevada. That Cybertruck rented via the app Turo. Livelsberger pulling into the hotel valet at 7:35 a.m. Wednesday before pulling out, returning an hour later. And then, just 17 seconds later, the explosion. 7 bystanders suffering minor injuries. Sources say Livelsberger was divorced and had recently remarried, his wife reportedly telling authorities he'd been out of the house in Colorado Springs since Christmas following a dispute over alleged infidelity. And while investigators say they found
No, I'm not going to say it.
on those notes railing against the condition of the United States, they say the soldier held no animosity towards President-elect Trump.
The Army indicates that he likely...
There's no way he did. If he's trying to get that information to like that Pete Hethlisberg guy, I think, like who's going to be like the incoming like Secretary of Defense, no fucking shot. Yeah, super unlikely. Read his manifesto.
From PTSD,
Really?
and we are also aware that there were potential other family issues or personal grievances in his own life that may have been contributing factors.
For Good Morning America, Mola Lengi, ABC News, Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yeah, I might have missed something, but if he regretted the lives he took, why did he load the car with explosives and detonate it outside the building? I don't know. Yeah, did you watch the documentary of Sean Ryan? I have not. Yeah, ain't no way, bro. A lot simpler ways. Yeah, I have no idea. So the first Trump assassin and 2 on New Year's Eve. Well, the other guy was just driving over people in New Orleans. I feel like that's totally different situation, right? Completely different situation. Still makes no sense. Yeah, I would say so too. And so he's trying to send a message. I don't know, man. Like, I feel like a lot of people believe that it's something that's like super, it's like super specific and like he was like really lucid minded. I don't know, man. I don't think that people can just say that and you can assume that. According to manifesto, he wanted people to pay attention and people only pay attention when shit like this happens. Yeah, no, I think so, but it's like, I mean, that's true and it's not true, right?
We also have an update now on the deadly Cybertruck explosion outside the Trump Hotel in Las Vegas. Authorities say the soldier who died left a note saying it was a stunt to serve as a wake-up call for the country's ills. Investigators say Green Beret Matthew Livelsberger wrote in a note that he needed to cleanse his mind of the lives lost of people he knew and the lives he took. He also apparently had no ill will toward President-elect Donald Trump. Officials say Livelsberger shot and killed himself before the explosion, and it appears to be a tragic case of suicide involving a combat veteran who was struggling with PTSD.
Yeah, it's a fake note. A lot of people are saying the note was fake. Yeah, like people are saying that like basically the FBI planted it there to invalidate what he was actually trying to achieve, which was to basically like expose like government lies. Now, why would it be fake? Well, the reason why it would be fake is that there is an email that he leaked that was effectively like kind of giving people the inclination that he had a bunch of like crazy shit going on. Shoemaker lied. So you think that the guy lied? I don't know, man. I know a lot of people think that, but I just like I'm not sure. I'll watch one more. See if there's any more
Major new
information
developments
about
in the investigation into the man behind the Cybertruck explosion in Las Vegas on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Investigators finding letters on the phone of driver Matthew Livelsberger detailing his plans for the attack. And Eyewitness News reporter Tim Caputo is here now with
I'll watch
more
this video
on the
after.
former Army Green Beret's motive. Tim.
No, man.
David, he wrote it all down in his own words. The active duty Army soldier railed against America, saying we have a culture of weakness, we fight wars with no clear objective, and we obsess over things like diversity. And despite choosing to blow up a Tesla outside a Trump hotel, he supported the president-elect and Elon Musk.
What did he say originally?
America, saying we have a culture of weakness, we fight wars with no clear objective, and we obsess over things like diversity. And
right. Yeah, true.
By choosing to blow up a Tesla outside a Trump hotel, he supported the president-elect and Elon Musk, but says his actions were meant to be a wake-up call. Despite being badly damaged in the explosion and the fire, the charged cell phones belonging to Matthew Livelsberger gave investigators a clear picture of the 37-year-old's motive. In a series of notes on the phones, the U.S. Army Green Beret outlined political and personal grievances. Las Vegas police read some of the ramblings where he called the U.S. terminally ill and headed towards collapse.
This was not a terrorist attack. It was a wake-up call. Americans only pay attention to spectacles of violence. What better way to get my point across than a stunt with fireworks and explosives? Why did I personally do it now? I need to cleanse my mind of the brothers I've lost and relieve myself of the burden of the lives I took.
Police also released several videos of Livelsberger on his route from Colorado to Nevada. He was only in Las Vegas about an hour New Year's Day morning when he parked in front of the Trump International Hotel, and within seconds, he shot and killed himself in the truck and set off the explosion, which injured 7.
Although this incident is more public and more sensational than usual, it ultimately appears to be a tragic case of suicide involving a heavily decorated combat veteran who is struggling with PTSD and other issues.
Even though
I think that's probably true. And I don't think these are mutually exclusive. So, like, I think this guy might have known things that were, like, confidential, and they made him, like, stressed out, and he wanted them to be exposed. But I think he probably also had PTSD. Like, it was probably, like, I'm saying, like, one of them does not exclude the other.
Livelsberger and the suspect in the New Orleans terror attack were both stationed at the same Army base and both served in Afghanistan. The FBI now confirms it's all just a coincidence and firmly believes Livelsberger acted alone.
We've identified no telephonic or email communication between the subjects, no information that suggests that they knew each other.
So if you didn't identify any of that information, then what about the if you couldn't identify any communication, then how could you have identified that the communication that was delivered to a podcast was authentic? Am I crazy? That's confusing to me.
Other, that they ever served in the same unit, that they were ever assigned at the same place at the same time and had interaction.
Maybe just because the details were cross-referenced.
On his phone, he called diversity, equity, and inclusion a cancer. He said
Oh, God, it could have been a viewer. Oh, no. Wow. What is it with these guys, like this guy and Luigi? You guys need to stop blowing yourselves up and start running for office. Stop doing this shit. We'll vote for you. Stop fucking blowing yourself up.
Democrats need to be forced out of Washington by any means possible, even non-peacefully. As the feds dig deeper into the Bronze Star recipient's phone, they're uncovering the true feelings of this decorated soldier, who apparently had shown no red flags, according to one senior U.S. Army official.
There is one cell phone that we are getting into, and I can tell you that we are barely scratching the surface.
In addition to those notes, authorities say they are aware of an email that was sent to podcast hosts the day before the blast, New Year's Eve, where Livelsberger talks about the drone sightings out in the Northeast and claims the FBI had been following him. Investigators do confirm they're aware of this email. They can't say with 100% certainty that he wrote it, but at this point, they do believe he did. David.
Incredible information, Tim. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more.
I don't know, man. I really don't know. It's like, how are ID cards identifiable? So you guys ever started a fire? I actually don't think it's as crazy as you might imagine. You ever try to burn a fucking book? That shit's hard to do. It's so hard to do because, like, you'll have, like, the top pages get burnt and then it'll insulate the middle pages. Like, even if you burn letters, like my dad and I, like, we'll burn shit up pretty regularly. And so, like, we've had to burn up, like, you know, a stack of papers and, like, you got to open it up. And so it burns like dog shit. Yeah, exactly. It's so annoying to burn this. So, like, basically, you have, like, this massive incineration that happens, and it incinerates all the surface area, and then you immediately are going to have fucking sprinklers come on. You're going to have the fire department come in. You're going to have all this stuff done, and just use a shredder? No, that's... We just burn it up. That's just what we do. And so anyway, because it suffocates, it lack of oxygen. Exactly. And so, like, really, Yeah, missing the point? No, I'm not. I'm not missing the point at all. So he had a wallet, right? And so a wallet, what's a wallet like? Let's see, I get a sheet of paper, right? And so you get a wallet, and you do this to the wallet. I guarantee you, if I take this and I light this fucking book on fire, it will take at least 30 minutes. If not, it will not happen, then for these pages in the middle to be burnt beyond recognition. You have no idea how many how many things I've lit on fire. Like, we used to do this every single year. Every single fucking year, we would go over to my house and we would open up the grill and everybody would bring their school papers over to my house and we would light everything on fire. I know this because we did it. We did it constantly. And so that's it. Burn the school books? Yeah, we did a few of them. Fuck them. Fuck them. That's it. And so, yeah, I hope this ages well. No, I'm being honest. Like, and anybody who's lit fires and tried to light shit like this on fire, can y'all confirm that I'm not crazy here? Like, leave no trace. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's really, yeah. No, exactly. You're right, yeah. So anybody, like, go try it. If you don't believe me, go take a stack of papers, fucking fold them over a couple times, light it on fire. Come back in 10 minutes, see what happens. That's it. It's not crazy. Yeah. Yeah, no, that makes sense. So, but I think that you guys bring up some good points. Now, how did they get the cell phone information? Because I would have assumed that the cell phone would be damaged from the heat. Like, not even from the fire damage, but from the heat, it would have damaged the internal system of the cell phone, the battery, right? I don't get that. I don't understand that. But there also could be a case where they could have... Like, he could have had it saved on a cloud, or it could have been saved on, like, a server somewhere, and they were able to access it remotely, right? Like, yeah, cloud backup or something like that, memory card. Well, I would have thought it would have damaged the memory card. Personally, I would have assumed that it would damage the memory card, but I could be wrong. So, yeah. And cloud auto storage, yeah, definitely. And especially Apple stuff, it was mostly on the cloud already. Yeah, definitely. The type of phone might not use the actual HDD. Yeah, I'm not sure. But either way, that's what my viewpoint on it is. I think it's really, really weird. Extremely fucking weird. And I don't know what's real and what's not.